Oh ragazzi, we need to speak about a lot of things in today's video. Weston McKennie, medical situation, emergency situation in Casa Juve. This morning there was the queue in front of the J Medical. Then of course we need to speak about Cristiano Ronaldo and the Szczesny conversation. What did they say? Why was Cristiano Ronaldo, according to some papers, speaking bad about our beloved Juventus? I don't appreciate when people are speaking bad about the Bianconeri. I hate it. This and much more in today's video because I have a fantastic news to share with you. I'm extremely happy. I am thrilled. I can't wait. I'm jumping on my chair. No, ragazzi, seriously, because you made it happen. So let me first say hello. Ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. When I'm telling you that the likes are important, that subscribing to the channel if you didn't yet is important, to put the notification ring on and comment on the channel, well, it is important because thanks to you, that channel that we started in 2020 becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and thanks to that we are able to do some beautiful things. I already tell you, on Saturday I will not do a watch along, unfortunately, but thanks to you I have been invited to go to the stadium, Juve Lazio Allianz Stadium. So let me know already immediately what type of content you want on Instagram, here on YouTube. Do you want a long vlog? Do you want shorts? Do you want reel? Are there challenges that you tell me, Beppe, this is something that you need to do? I will try to accept a few challenges. Let me know. And also, if you go to the game, let me know that you are there so that we can maybe meet up in front of the stadium. But I really want to say thank you because it's thanks to you that OneFootball contacted me and said, Beppe, we want in September and October to partner with you. And if you want, we also invite you to a game of Juve whenever you want. I've picked up Juve Lazio, luckily, because that was the best for the agenda. Thank you, OneFootball. For the people that are living in the UK, you know it, and we are starting this week again with Serie A. OneFootball, I already told it, but maybe you didn't watch the video. They partner for the entire season with Serie A, where you can watch the game. Smartphone, computer, smart television. The link is into the description. You can pick the game that you want. If you want to see one game, for example, Juve Lazio, you can do it. If you want to go with the team pass, the entire Juve Serie A games of 24-25, you can do it. You choose Juve or another team, but then tell me. Don't tell me if you have chosen for another team. Or you can go with a full subscription. Every single game of Serie A, there, in your pocket, thanks to OneFootball and Serie A. The link is in the description. It's only valid for the people from the UK. Continue to support me. That you are living in UK or not, continue to support me because more and more we'll try to do things not only for me, but also for you. That would be the big dream. So thank you for that. Now, we start speaking about the emergency situation of Juve. Alarm, Weston McKennie. This morning, reading the papers, they were really scared, huh? Scared for a real big muscular injury to Weston McKennie that would have seen him out for a few weeks. You know it, a muscular injury, sometimes it's 4 weeks, a month, sometimes it's 6 weeks, sometimes it's 2 months. If it's not super healthy or not healing perfectly, you can even miss more. That's a total disaster. We know it, Weston McKennie was probably on the market this summer. Nobody was expecting him to see him playing and doing it actually quite well because he's the only midfielder that scored in this roster of 24-25 so far. Weston McKennie is an important player for Thiago Motta that every time that he's able to, when he has the opportunity, speaking well about Wes. I was really scared because missing an extra player on top of all the players that we are already missing is a disaster. Luckily, this morning it's not official yet, but the first reports are saying that it's a muscle strain. It's not a lesion, it's not a huge injury. He will miss the game Juve Lazio. I will not be able to watch him. Maybe Thiago will say, Beppe, come and replace him. Or maybe replace Bremer, or maybe replace Nico Gonzalez or Conceição. You know, all these players are not playing the game. Where do you want to see me if Thiago is asking me? Let me know in the comment if you see me as a 3, as a 10, as a 11. Let me know. I'm Riker. Or maybe a Vice Vlahovic. Maybe. You never know. You never know. Well, he will only miss the game against Lazio and he will be back for the Champions League game on Stuttgart. You know it, and from the moment that we start, 7 games, one after the other. Serie A, Champions League, Serie A, Serie A, Champions League, Serie A will be tough, will be huge, will be big. We'll come back on the situation in front of the J Medical in a second, but first, I wanted to give me my opinion about Cristiano Ronaldo. Since yesterday, boom, controversy, it's international break. There was nothing to say, so we needed to find something. But it's true that I believe it was after the game Poland-Portugal on Saturday, Szczesny is speaking with Cristiano Ronaldo. Let me put into context for the people that missed it. After the game, Szczesny, that didn't play that game, goes to Cristiano Ronaldo with his kids. He's saying, my son is a big, huge fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is taking the pen, he's taking the shirt, he's taking whatever, and he's starting to sign autographs. So they start a dialogue with Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's not watching him face to face because he's focusing on that paper. And that's where Szczesny wanted to speak about the fact that he's going to Barcelona, of course. Real Madrid icon, Cristiano Ronaldo. They were teammates at Juventus. He wanted to share that with him because he's extremely happy. It's something totally crazy. He retired and now he's at Barcelona. Cristiano Ronaldo, he answers there, unbelievable. Still not watching him, He's saying unbelievable, continuing to write down, and then he's saying, you need to retire to go a big club. This is how he said it. What can we see? First of all, it's not a perfect English, a bit like when I'm speaking here on the channel, so it's not grammatically 100% correct in terms of building up the sentence. And that's what he's saying. From that moment on, it goes totally crazy because you have two versions. The kind, nice version, and then you have the harsh, bad version where he's speaking bad about Juve. He said that Barcelona is a big club and not Juve. In the kind version of what people reported, they are saying actually unbelievable. You retired and that's the moment where you find a big club. Because when you were actually on the market, because you were not in the plans of Juve, before you announced it, there was no big club. Remember, they were speaking about Monza. They were speaking about the same team as Cristiano, Al Nasser, for example, Saudi Arabia. Actually, the moment that he says, I retire, that's the moment where a big club is coming. That's one version, the kind version of the words of Cristiano Ronaldo. Unbelievable. He needed to retire, and that's where a big club is coming. Then you have the other version, the one reported Gazzetta dello Sport and Sport Media said. They are going with something that is actually different. They are giving us another alternative. Cristiano Ronaldo attacking a bit Szczesny, saying you had to retire to find a big club. Giving an interpretation like you had to retire to finally find a big club or to find a bigger club. Criticizing Arsenal, Roma, and probably also Juventus Football Club. When you are reading the article, they are speaking about un finale amaro, end of the story between Cristiano Ronaldo and Juve. That was not fantastic, that was not well. A really negative interpretation. Then, guys, I'm nobody to tell you, and I don't know Cristiano Ronaldo personally to tell you, this is the correct version only. I'm just telling you my opinion. I believe that positive version. Why? Because the guy is signing autographs, he sees his teammates, he's just telling him, and he didn't say a bigger club. Bigger means you're comparing. He said a big club. It's just a joke between two, not speaking bad at all about Juve. They were not actually or at least from what I hear, how I do, it's not referring to Juve. Then don't forget, we are speaking about someone that lived in UK, that masters English, but his native language is Portuguese, second language is Spanish. Then you have English and probably also a bit of Italian, which it's not his first language. The way that you are saying things is not always correct. I can tell you because my first language is French and you need to go to the fourth language to find English. So, according to me, guys, if we start doing these kind of articles, if we start speaking about that, if we are trying to find controversy in every single word, we will always be able to find these kind of things. Can we get over it? Can we get over it? Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Going from one striker, ex-Juve, to another striker, ex-Juve. Today is the birthday of a guy. Every time I'm going a bit emotional. David Sergio Trezeguet, 171 goals with Juve. Most goals scored by a foreign player at Juve, David Trezeguet. Guys, I tell you, I have Del Piero as my favorite player. And right behind him, as a second position, yes, over Buffon, yes, over Chiellini, over Dybala, over Platini, over whoever, you have David Trezeguet. It is, according to me, I don't know, when I watch him, especially when I watched him back then, the most underrated striker of all time. I'm not exaggerating. What a guy. What a goat. What a fantastic player. David Trezeguet. I love him so much. And I will anticipate you on news. There is an ex-player of Juve that is writing an autobiography, a book. I can't reveal you who. And when it will be released, pay attention the answer it is giving to the question, who is your second strongest player that you played with? making the first, of course, and then the second. Pay attention to that second question. But we will speak about that in a few months when the book will be released. I already know the answer. Pay attention and remember what I'm telling you. It's also the birthday of Didier Deschamps. What a guy. Guys, today I was speaking with Luca Monblano about Didier Deschamps. He told me, first, like this, when we are thinking about the players, foreign players, that most loved Juve, probably, we have Pavel Nedved, and then you have Deschamps. Yeah, of course, you have also Montero, but Deschamps is there in the top 3 players that really loved Juve. And I can tell you backstage story that every time that I spoke with Adrien Rabiot, live or on the media or live, when we saw each other, when we met each other, every time we were speaking about Didier Deschamps as well, because when he went to the national team of France, he always spoke about Juve with Didier Deschamps. Incredible. But anyway, we have other things to speak about. Corriere dello Sport is telling us, Motta li perde tutti. Motta is losing all of them. It's true. Looks like we have only 16 players available. It's 11 players plus 5 on the bench. That's it. I'm not sure if they are counting the goalkeepers, but we don't have a lot of players. On top of Teun, Koopmeiners, Bremer. On top of Nico Gonzalez. On top of Conceição. You have McKennie that will miss Lazio. You have Milik that will miss Lazio. Pay attention to Thuram and Wea. Why am I saying Thuram and Wea? They are hoping to be there, but Wea, this morning when I watched his face going to the J Medical, I don't know why he was there. Hopefully Juventus will inform us a bit later. But Wea looked really like worried on his face. I hope it's just a feeling I had. I saw Thuram walking, going towards it. That's okay. I was not that worried. So I hope there is just a 10 minutes test on something, but hopefully we have nothing wrong there. Weston McKennie, we knew about it. It's not the shoulder. We already spoke about it. I saw Douglas Luiz there as well this morning, and I saw Kalulu. When I saw Kalulu this morning, I was about to go to the toilet to vomit. I was scared. Seriously. Because I watched Wea, I said, Mamma mia, I hope he comes back because we have nobody, but okay, we can find a solution. When I saw Douglas Luiz, I said, oh, guys, please, no Douglas Luiz, but it's true that he's not in the peak of his form. When I saw Kalulu, I said, Mamma mia, after Bremer, if we miss him, who's playing? Guys, seriously, Thiago Motta will call me and he will say, Beppe, come from the stands and play. I'm waiting for official news, or even better, I wait for no news from Juve, except of Mr. McKennie, the official news, but the other ones, I don't want any news, because if they don't communicate about it, it's okay. It's okay that we have these players, all of them, at disposal, except, of course, of Nico Gonzalez and McKennie, because we already knew about it, but we'll have to find the lineup, It will be kind of an obliged lineup. So, Cambiaso, where will he play? That will be the big question. Will he play as a left back? Will he play as an offensive right winger? Big question. That's where the goal is coming from, where he scored with La Nazionale Italiana. Let's see, like we did in the first game against Como in that second half, or the first minutes of the game against Verona. I hope it's over now with this test at J Medical, because we know it today. Mbangula is playing, Savona, Cabal, Conceição, they are all playing today. And this night at 2:30 or 2:45 a.m., it will be Danilo, or tomorrow actually, that will play. They will come back tomorrow, Fagioli, Cambiaso, Di Gregorio, Yildiz, Rui, and then the day after, Mbangula, Savona, Cabala, Conceição, and Danilo. We have only Thursday and Friday to prepare the big game against Lazio. Lazio without injuries, that is the top team in Italy. Then yesterday I watched a few games. Cambiaso, what a player. That's why I'm telling you, I really need to understand where Cambiaso will play. Left, right, offensive, defense, he can do it all. Yesterday again with the Italy, what a top performance. On the other side, flop game by Fagioli. Fagioli really bad. Maybe influenced by his huge big mistake at the 8th minute. Luckily it was not a goal against. But looks like after that moment he didn't enter the game. He was totally lost. One bad pass after the other. Because if McKennie is not there, if Thuram is missing the game, if Douglas Luiz is missing the game, at a certain moment you need to play with Fagioli. Fagioli Locatelli. Which Fagioli will we have? The one of Leipzig, 5 stars. The one of Cagliari, 3 stars. Or the one of Italy, that yesterday, 5, that was the rating. Worst man of the match, voted by Gazzetta dello Sport, they were correct. On the other side, I'm expecting the Yildiz of the national team. Mamma mia. Yesterday, he decided to play football. Yesterday, he decided to share football. Yesterday, he reminded me at a certain moment, Benzema 2017 against Atletico Madrid. Yesterday, he was dribbling, he was putting his defenders on the ground. Sit down. That's what he said. Mamma mia, assist, blah. The 2 games against with Turkey from Kenan Yıldız was fantastic. Decisive in the first one, decisive yesterday. What a player. Of course, we are waiting for some goals, but if he can deliver the same performance as he did in the last 2 games with Vincenzo Montella, I will be extremely satisfied. You will probably hear today the word or the name Zirkzee linked to Juve. Guys, it's just an opinion from Paolo Di Canio that said if I was Juve, I would have asked, or I would ask immediately to Manchester United to loan him to Juve already in January, because he could play instead or with Dusan Vlahovic and they could work really well together. But there is nothing. There is no Mercato news linked to Zirkzee. I try to inform myself if there was something. There is absolutely nothing. It's just an opinion. Like, I can share my opinion or you can share your opinion. Then that Zirkzee would have worked really well with Thiago Motta. We know it, but I think it's too late now. Ragazzi, that was it for me for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, for people living in the UK, Scotland, Ireland, link is into the description. One Football in Serie A. Continue also that you live in UK or that you don't live in UK to support the channel. Let's make it bigger so that next time, maybe, who knows, I can bring one of you with me at the stadium, which would be fantastic. Grazie, forza, Juve.